here, Nana Navarro right now is on a CNN panel with Scott
Jennings.
Yes, Jennings. And she's talking about Republicans. They continue to lie. And this is what's so infuriating. Take a look.
I know a lot of Republicans. I know a lot of Democrats. They're cut from different cloths.
Yeah, right.
Democrats simply don't have the cold-heartedness necessary to see people suffering and just say, let them eat cake.
Yeah, but then
they are not the types that they're not.
We need to do this while we have the leverage.
Of course, there will be, families that are going to suffer, but it is one of the few leverage times we have.
You reopen the government and we lose our leverage, there has to be an agreement right now. That's what this whole shutdown is about.
Why are working families the leverage the Democrats need to get Obamacare fixed?
It's the only lever we have.
Some Republican senators have pushed a bill that would pay government workers.
I think that just gives the president more leverage to do it. I mean, you just heard Democrats.
And what was Donald Trump doing in the meantime?
He doesn't have a vote in the legislature.
No, he's the president of the United States, the most powerful president with Republicans in my lifetime, Scott. He never once even told them, come back to Washington.
We just played
Democrat. You guys have been out of Washington for a month and a half.
Correct.
A month and a half.
Many of my friends are unhappy. They think we should have kept our government closed indefinitely to protest the policies of the Trump administration. I share their opinions of this administration, but cannot accept a strategy which wages political battle at the expense of my neighbor's paycheck or the food for his children.
We just played Democrat after Democrat admit that the Democratic plan to prolong the shutdown was causing, quote, suffering. That was their words, not mine. Democrats themselves realized the tactic of suffering was no longer something they could personally stomach. That was their party, not Republicans.
Only 7 Democrats voted for this.
8.
Not Democrat after Democrat. No.
Shut up!
He caucuses with the Democrats.
There were 7.
Oh my God. He come. Oh, 7 Democrats voted for it. You don't even know what you're talking about. You don't even know what you're talking about. Oh my God. You heard what she said. That's what we literally just watched leftists bloody a man from TPUSA's nose at UC Berkeley. And she's sitting up here, fat Anna Navarro. Yep, I said it because she's a gluttonous pig. and she's talking about Democrats and Republicans are cut from different cloths.
They are cut from different cloths. They are. They really are. And interestingly enough, she said that they can't stomach to see people suffering or whatever, but they can go out and stomach to steal, kill, and destroy. All, like you said, all the riots, this particular one going on now. Every daggone riot since what's his name? Freddie Gray, George Floyd, Michael Brown, all these riots, they were just peaceful protesters, right? Peaceful protests, burning cars, burning down and encamping in the police out in Portland, Oregon, right? Setting fires, just destroying neighborhoods. Remember, the security guard was killed in one of them. I forget his name. God rest his soul. I'm sorry, I forgot your name. But he was killed. Not to mention, we've had an assassination attempt, 2 of them on President Trump.
That we know of.
God rest Corey Compatore's soul. And the other 2 men who were injured in that assassination attempt. And of course, Charlie Kirk, just 2 months ago. I can't even believe it's 2 months already. But 2 months ago today. Wow. But no, they're not the violent ones. Yeah, okay.
Nicole, she literally says Democrats simply don't have the cold-heartedness necessary to see people suffering. Oh,
she has no idea who the Democrat Party is. None.
She knows. She knows.
She doesn't know. She was somewhere eating a burrito back in her home nation. She has no idea the history of that party.
Oh, I see.
She believes the Democrat Party is what she was sold. Again, when I say crabs in a barrel, they're not all black. Mm-hmm. There are some Latino crabs in the barrel. There's some Asian crabs in the barrel. It's a big barrel. Free-thinking people do just that. Rather than just ingest what we're told, you do a little research. Figure it out for yourself. She, though, is a propagandist of the highest order. Of the highest order, because there's no way 2 months after the assassination of Charlie Kirk can you sit there and say the Democrats, have a hard time with suffering. There is no way, after a month and a half of hearing every single Democrat that was willing to get in front of a camera say, leverage, 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 leverage. You played it at the top of the show. They had no problem with people not getting paid. They had no problem with children going to be kicked off of SNAP and not being able to get their meals. No problem with not paying our military. In fact, her co-hosts were so angry, all they did was scream today about how dare they open the government back up. Damn it, people are going to eat. Oh my God, people are going to get paychecks. What can we do? Chuck Schumer's got to get out of here. He's too human. The hell out of here. She's crazy as hell. She's a propagandist of the highest order.
Nicole.
And then you had Professor Clump up there talking about it was only 7 of them. So
oh, Mr. Clump. Nicole, no. I agree with KJ. Nicole, Anna knows what she's doing. She has been here however long. She knows what she's doing. And in order for her to be a propagandist, that means she knows the truth. She's just twisting it and using it. She knows what the hell she's doing. She knows exactly what she's doing. And she's just she's so smug. And did she use an Ozempic too? Because she got a little,
of course she is. She doesn't have the obedience and the consistency to lose all that weight. She was a pig, okay? She didn't lose that weight that fast. All right.
I'm just going to say, I'm sure that The View gets their DNC talking points fresh off the facts, fresh in their email every single morning. The producers of the show, of course. But I definitely want people to know that, when we talk about violence, whether it's from the right or the left, when we talk about political violence, there's always a pebble and then there's ripples, right? Something violent happens and then there are ripples across the plane. When they shot Steve Scalise at the congressional baseball game.
Yeah, the baseball game. Mm-hmm.
It was hard for all of us who were in attendance.
You were there.
Yes, all of us who were in attendance. Because, if you've ever been around live fire, you know the difference between a firecracker and a round. You should have seen the number of Republicans who hit the deck, was crawling under seats and trying to do whatever they could do to get out of harm's way. But there were some people who were like, oh, it must be a firework, and then there were more shots. And then that's when panic ensued. But you have to remember the ripple from that was not, hey, let's tone down the rhetoric. Let everybody go back to their corners. The rhetoric, what they said after that was, oh, well, pray for Steve Scalise. That was it. Not crazy damn Democrat lunatic trying to knock off every Republican at the damn softball game.
They tried to blame Sarah Palin and said that she had it in the crosshairs. That's what they tried to do.
Right, I remember that.
Rhetoric. But the reality is, until something happens, and I hate to say it, but until they have a catalyst for change, physics teaches us that they'll continue on that same path until something of equal and opposite force forces them off their path. I hate to say that. I hate to say it, but they have doubled and tripled down on this foolishness, not just this year, but for many years. Right. For many years, it's been okay to assault a Republican or a conservative voice for many, many years. This is not new. It's just popular at this point.
Well, folks, we will continue to keep you all updated. We have some super chats here.